Bonzo, everyone. Thanks again for dropping by into Zen Figure Reviews. Today we have yet another Knightmare frame that we're going to be looking into. This time, it's the Robot Spirits release R number 047 Knightmare frame Shen, which from a somewhat reliable resource translates into the Divine Tiger. This is another Knightmare frame featured in the animated series Code Geass, of course piloted by the awesome character Shen. So let's see what this Knightmare frame has to offer. Right out of the box, guys, we get the Tamashi stand promotional piece as well as the instruction sheet. Nothing too much to look at here, but I do have to say though, with this figure, you're really going to benefit from having the stand, so keep that in mind. Next up, we have all the accessories, a total of, well, I guess 11 accessories I can count, although one of them I don't really know if I should be counting it, but we'll talk about that later on. Let's look at each one of these individually. First off, we have the flight unit or flight gear. It's molded all in a blue plastic. We have 3 pegs that are going to be used to connect to the back of the Knightmare frame or onto the cockpit. The wings, well, they move up and down. They are on individual hinges, so you get movement from each one. We have the turbine that is connected to the piece that goes to the back of the Knightmare frame, and it also is connected onto a peg. So you are able to get a 360-degree movement out of the turbine. Gives you that great option when you're trying to save space on your shelf when displaying the Knightmare frame, or just to be able to get it into awesome poses without having to worry about the back interfering with the space. Nice piece to have. Up next, we have an awesome looking Slash Harken. Unique, unlike any other one for any other Knightmare frame. The base is molded on blue plastic, the bendable wire is painted yellow, and the end piece is on a gold metallic finish. Now, you do get a very good range of posability with this Harken because of the bendable wire like any other one, and also, well, in the anime, this one had the ability to be electrified when used in battle. Now for hand accessories, this figure is lagging a bit. We only get 2 different sets, and one of the sets are the gripping hands that are used to hold the swords, and the other one is this open hand. So you get both of these as optional pieces to be able to pose the Knightmare frame, and we could have benefited from a closed fist, but they didn't add one, so I guess you can use the gripping hands as that if you like. And here we have this back leg guard armor panel. It is connected onto the back of the waist of the Knightmare frame, and it is painted in silver with a blue piece that will attach onto the waist, and it came packed aside. I don't understand why they did that, because I guess I'm counting it as an accessory, but it really shouldn't. Up next, we have the only real weapon this figure comes with, a cool looking short sword. The edge is painted silver, the cross guard and rain guard are painted gold. They also have this kind of like green gem in the middle, and the grip is painted red as well as the pommel painted gold. So overall, this sword looks great. Now in the anime, it had the option to be able to retract from this pommel side, and it would take out like this kind of glowing red sword, but of course this figure doesn't do that. And finally, guys, we get this shield-looking effect piece. And this is supposed to be the Slash Harking moving so rapidly that it creates the illusion of a shield. As you can see, it's painted like yellow with, on the edges, a darker one to give you that spinning effect, and it really does a good job at it. Believe it or not, it looks like if the Slash Harken was spinning. And well, this is pretty cool because it also has the option to be able to use on both hands because we get 2 of these. So overall, guys, the Knightmare frame Shen is a really great looking figure. It has few paint applications. Most of the Knightmare frame's body is already molded on blue plastic, but we have some gold on his feet, we have some silver on the armor, and we have a bit of green emerald on the particle cannon, which we will get to later. The face is gorgeously detailed with, well, gold applications, a bit of red on the comb, and overall, it's just a wonderful looking figure. So with that said, let's get on to some of the articulation. So let's start with the articulation. We have the head on a ball joint, we get side to side, we have that, well, 360-degree movement for the head as well. We have the arm on a ball joint, we have a hinge that connects to the shoulder, to the ball peg that connects to the chest. We have this armor piece that's on 2 pegs that go onto these grooves on the shoulder. So we have an up and down movement with this armor piece. The arm is on a swivel. You can only go so much because of the way the shoulder pad is molded, so you only get that much range of movement. Kind of sad, but that's what we have. The elbow is on a single hinge, which is, well, good enough, I guess. We have also a bit of movement there, but not so much. It just, what you see. The head, of course, is on a kind of, ball joint as well. You get just a little bit because the arms aren't quite broad, and the hand itself is as well. But that's what you have. The other arm, just same movement. We have up next the torso. The upper torso is able to move back and forward, left and right, and not so much, although we do have an extra ball joint there at the bottom. As you can see, it moves just a little bit, but not too much range there. We have the side panels, again, connected on a hinge. You only get up and down movement with either one, just up and down, nowhere else. And a little thing we have here is this kind of crotch plate that, it's weird, but it's on a double hinge, actually. It goes up that much, and it can cover up a little bit of the chest area, and then it pulls down. You have up and down movement just as the other side panels, but that's it for this. Up next, we have the legs, of course, and the legs are on ball joints. They are able to go back just about, that much. On the side, it has a wider range. We can go almost full split if you'd like. That's cool. And we have that much back movement until it hits the back of the Knightmare frame or cockpit. Can't go further than that. And the worst of it is going forward. It just even kind of destroys the look of the leg when you try going too much. And that's kind of sad because, you need that forward movement, but you don't really get it here. That's all you're getting. Making it to that much, let's go on to the rest of the leg. We have the knee on a double kind of hinged mechanism. It's strange because you see the bottom part of the leg where the shin guard is, it's on a ball joint. So you get that strange kind of movement there at the bottom, but the rest of the movement is, from the hinge. So I don't know why they did that. We don't really get a lot of range, and why they put a ball joint there beats me, but you have it. The feet is on a ball joint, of course. You get a little bit of movement from side to side there, not so much because of the way the leg is molded. And, you do get front and back, as I showed you. And finally, these gold, nice-looking blades that are able to bend in just like that. Also, the back is able to bend in just like that. You get these kind of cool blade roller skating, I guess, kind of like, how would you call these things? Moving on, guys, we have this cool-looking cannon here at the chest of the figure. It is called the Heavenly Frightening Particle Cannon, if I'm not mistaken. And no, I did not look that up just now in Wikipedia. But I remember it from a reviewer, which I absolutely have to thank. He is the one who got me into all of this figure collecting thing, at least for Code Geass, which is Andy, Cobra Commander. Check him out whenever you get a chance. Great videos. But this mechanism, it opens and closes and allows you to, do the epic particle cannon looking thing that he does. And that's cool. It's very nice they did that and did not have to add an extra piece for that to happen. The cockpit does open, and thank God, because most of the most recent Knightmare frames that were released did not have this. So it's cool we have it. It has a little bit of detail inside. Not so much. At the end of the day, it sort of looks like something they just ran through and added in there. But we thank them for at least putting it, and that's where the pilot would sit, and, that's how you lock it into place. Other than that, guys, I guess that's it. You have the Shen. Great figure, and get it if you can. Before we go on to some figure posing, let's show really quickly how you connect the wing set or flight unit onto the back of the Knightmare frame. You take the 3 pegs, as I showed you earlier, and you attach them to the back of the, cockpit. And, it fits in there quite nicely. Once you put it in, it is a little bit difficult to take out, but you don't really have to. Like I said, it poses quite greatly, so you don't have to worry about the space too much. Here's where you're going to be able to use the feature of putting both the slash harkens as well as the, slash harken effect. And all you have to do is really take off the whole arm first, which is what I recommend, because you're going to have to kind of take it off anyway. You'll see when you try it yourself. And afterwards, first, then you take off the hand, then we pull off the kind of like wrist guard, and then we switch it off with whichever one. We're putting on the slash harken first, and voila, we put it in, put the hand back in, and there you have it. Again, we have the whole arm off. We replace the wristband with the slash harken effect. You put it in there with a little bit of force, and make sure you put it on the larger cavity here, and just tighten it in, and you're good to go. Replace the hand, and there you have it, guys. Slash harken effect. So really quickly, guys, let me just show you how you put on this back armor piece. You clip it on with this kind of claw that it has on the back. It hinges onto the back, up and down movement, and you're good to go. So guys, let's get on to some posing. Hope you enjoy. So we've reached the end of our video today. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and remember, buy what you love. Take care, guys. Sayonara.